Well, here we are again, a week later. Um, yeah. So, has anything changed? No. Sadly, nothing has changed. Um, First, I want to say though, my first video, I've actually gotten a few pretty nice comments from people who generally said, I have no idea why this video was in my recommendation, but I gave it a listen and I liked what you said and I understand. And good luck to you. Hope things turn out good or well, however you want to say it. So I appreciate that. There was a couple of people who commented that I know who they are, and I thank them too, like Petey and Kelly. So yeah, it's been a week and no real progress, unfortunately. I don't know if I'm going to be doing this every week. Maybe I will until things change for the better, or hopefully not for the worse. As others probably will say, well, it could be worse. I'm like, yeah, I understand that, but that's small comfort when it's in my headspace. um, yeah, I mean, I was doing okay. And I think yesterday, I think maybe the day before, yeah, I think definitely yesterday, which was Monday, or not maybe Monday. See, shit's so blended together now. I don't even remember what day it is because today is Wednesday as of this recording. So I guess it was Monday and Tuesday. Yeah, yesterday. It hits you hard because last Tuesday is when I got pretty much I feel like I got forced out. As I like kind of marinated in my head a bit more, I feel like I kind of was, I think, kind of screwed over, I'll be honest. Again, I know I made mistakes, but I felt like 6 months and boom, they didn't want me to stick around. Part of me feels like I believe that they're struggling to find people to fill in positions with the cafeteria. And maybe they were just kind of iffy on me and they wanted to use that as an excuse like, well, we can at least give them a cafeteria job and that'll make them happy. But I feel like they didn't want to do that because if they fired me, obviously I could have collected unemployment. Or maybe they felt that, well, he might not take the cafeteria job, so he'll let go, so we're good anyway. I mean, I don't want to think badly. I don't want to think of the worst case scenario because usually it's not what really is going on, but with the time you have on your hands and your mind going in circles, you can't help but think, was this purposely done so that they could have another cafeteria worker? Or maybe they wanted someone else. Maybe they had someone else in mind that they wanted to hire. I mean, I didn't see a job posting about my job until immediately after I was fired. So, but then again, I don't know. Actually, I'm going to check real quick in real time to see if they still have not filled that position. I mean, I'm pretty sure they haven't because it's only been a week. It's only been a week since that position has been put out. Yeah, it's still up. Yeah, it was posted on the 16th. And yeah, the deadline is actually actually a week from today is the deadline. Now, that doesn't mean that it won't be filled and it's not going to happen. They can repost job filings, and they have done that many times. So, still, and I think it's kind of a waste of time. They might as well just wait until the school year starts in August before they hire anyone anyway. I mean, yeah, it's going to be a workload more for my supervisor, but apparently that's how they wanted it. So, you know what? She can deal with it. Unfortunately, it's going to have to cut into another nice girl I worked with who actually taught me it. And she was actually in my position, or she moved on to the payroll sector of the school district. So she's probably going to have to help out my former supervisor, which I think is kind of unfair for her. It's like, look, I was there, I was doing it, but you know what? I don't want to go there. There's a lot of things I don't want to go to because sometimes when I'm really, really depressed and filled with anxiety, my thoughts go very, very dark, and they've been very, very dark at times, even when I was employed. But now I have such really dark thoughts in my head. I don't want to get too far into it, but just use your imagination of what I mean by dark thoughts. I mean, I know I'm getting kind of maybe creepy, scary in it, but you know what? I don't care because sometimes you just gotta be true to what you're saying. You gotta be true to what you're feeling. And I'm feeling pretty shitty. So your mind's gonna feel like shit, and your mind's gonna enter in a very not so nice place. And a lot of little things that annoy me to where I live and how people act, like they can still get to you even when things are okay. But when they're really bad, the little things can really just set you off to where you want to do something about it, but you know you can't. Or you can, but then you're going to be even worse trouble than you already are. But I can't help how I feel. That's how I feel. I feel like shit. That's that's all there is to it right now. I mean, I did put out a few job feelers. I went to a couple of places last Thursday. I'll call one of the places tomorrow to follow up and see if they say anything. That's what my friend suggested because he works at one of the places I applied to. Because I guess you really have to show interest that you want to work for these people. I guess. I mean, I get that in a way, but at the same time, it's like, isn't it their job to also follow things up? But whatever. It's the game. It's the game you got to play. Like I've been pouring out shit on Indeed.com, which it's not always the best site. I mean, it's a decent site, but some places it's just I don't know. Like some of these job postings are a pain in the ass. Like I think I remember. I think I left this in a comment. I don't know if I talked about it here. I think maybe I did about those ghost postings where like they pretty much put out postings of jobs that they have no intention of filling out with people. It's just they want to see how many people they can get interested in, and maybe they'll actually hire someone, or they'll just have a stack of candidates, and then they'll just pick and choose, and then maybe they'll call back the ones they want and not tell anyone else. I mean, let's be real. If a job doesn't contact you within like 2 weeks in any shape or form, they're not interested in you. And I guess maybe you need to push it further with them to like show real interest. But then again, that's still not a guarantee, and I understand. Especially now, there's no guarantees in life. But yeah, I mean, trying to figure out what else I need to say, what I want to say. Kind of running out of things, really. I know. I just quit just a week ago, but it gets in my head. Yeah, and I know yeah, I do want to say something else. I feel like I might have to surrender and just take a not so great job. I'll probably have to take a shitty retail job. I'll be honest, because there's nothing really else up here except hospitality, food, or retail. Every other industry like construction, I can't fucking do construction. I don't have the physical or mental fortitude for that shit. I couldn't do that work. It's too much. I'm fucking 40 years old now. I'm not in the best shape either. Uh, Suggested that maybe I should find something in like hospital or healthcare. The problem with that is I kind of burned my bridge with the hospital up here because I did apply and I got an interview for a food job at the hospital. This was when I was still in the cafeteria at the school district. Then, like, I had a discussion with like a friend or two, and they said, "Well, you're not really changing jobs. It's more like a lateral move. I'm going from one food job to another." And when I really think about it, I really don't want to work in food anymore. I just can't stand it anymore. I really can't. I know retail is not much better and everything. It's not much better. But with food, you have the pressure of you have to cook things, you have to prep things, you have to put up with assholes that say, "Hey, my pizza doesn't have enough sauce, or it has too much sauce, or it has too much this." And I fucking hated that with a burning hot passion after a while. Even though I went back to that job a few times, as I explained in my other video, I still hated it. I really did. And when I got laid off because the company Kmart was basically fucking dying, so they were laying people off. Like, well, we're gonna lay you off for a few months, but then we'll bring you back. And B, that's when the pandemic hit. I guess it was kind of a blessing to where it's like, okay, I probably need to just get away from the shop. Now they were gonna bring me back, I think by around July of 2020, but they said like, well, we're not going to let you work until like 4 p.m. and you're going to work from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. And I'm like, no, no, I worked too hard to get the hours I got versus like basically the opener where I was able to do like a lot of like the dough prep and everything where I had like an hour and a half to myself to set everything up, which was nice. But that was the point to where things were falling apart anyway. And lo and behold, I think by February 2021, the store was closing down. So, yeah, I'm glad I left when I did. It was meant to happen. So, but I feel like I need to get a job because I do have credit card debt that I need to pay off. And I was doing it. And this job was actually enabling me to pay it off pretty regularly and even a lot better than the minimum payment. My dad rants and raves like, "Oh, credit card debt. Everyone has credit card debt." And I know sometimes he said not too long ago, he's like, "You don't have any credit card debt, do you?" And I'm like, "Oh, no, I do." Of course, I won't tell him because he'll go fucking ballistic and I won't hear the end of it. And I'd rather not hear from him. You know, I love my dad. I'm glad he's letting me, figure shit out here. But he can be a pain in the ass because he's a very grumpy old man with very static views about things. Some things I agree with him, some things I don't. He's a pain in the ass, and I can be a pain in the ass. But yeah, like I can make a separate video about my dad, and maybe I will someday. But that's not what I want to talk about really right now. So I'm probably gonna have to get a job pretty quickly here, and I'm gonna probably have to settle and compromise. As much as I don't want to, I'm gonna have to. People say, "Yeah, you're gonna get a better job, Justin." I'm like, no, probably not. Probably not. Because there's simply not a lot of shit up here. That's why I hate this town. This town basically is pretending to be bigger than what it is. It's basically here for the tourists. It's, as people say, it's a hotel on a mountain, and that's all they care about. The locals that live up here, they get fucked. Like basically, we're here to serve tourists, and we should be happy about it. And I'm not. I really am not. I'm not happy about my life either. Believe me, there's not a lot for me to be happy about right now. I really am not. Like I exist, I guess, is what I should be happy about. But existing is not enough. Not for me. And yeah, I guess that's all there is to it. So yeah, I guess I'll end this rant right now. Maybe next time I'll have better news. I don't know. We'll see. And I'll probably maybe stream later today. I'll see. I was thinking about streaming yesterday. I didn't really feel like it. Today, maybe I do. I don't know. This rest of the week might be a wash. We'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling. All right. You all take care and be safe. See ya.